He's best known for his work as Tom Branson in Downton Abbey, as well as his work in Rome and The Tudors. But today we're speaking with Allen Leech about his latest turn in the film, The Imitation Game. He joins us this morning. Good morning, Allen. Great to have you here.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
Your character plays, or is rather, an intelligence officer and a spy in World War II, a real person with a place in history. Tell us about him and what it was like for you to prepare for this role.
Yeah, John Caincross was a man who worked at Bletchley Park, where they were given the unenviable task of trying to break the unbreakable code, the Enigma code, and they had to work tirelessly every day trying to break this code while hundreds of people were dying during the Second World War. And Caincross was a fascinating man because he was a double agent who worked alongside the Soviets at the same time. And for that was a real challenge, because you're playing someone who actually existed. You have a responsibility to that person, his memory, and also to his surviving relatives. So you approach the role very differently to how you would say someone who's just purely from your own imagination.
Right, it's not a background that precisely you may have created for him, but a real one. And as you say, you got to be true to not only the character, but to his surviving family. That's interesting. Yeah, it is, you know, and thankfully there's a lot of writings, and my character wrote his own book called The Enigma Spy. So that was a great way to be able to go to, as source material, to go to that. And that gives you a great foundation that you then bring into the rehearsal room. And we were lucky enough to have 2.5 weeks of rehearsals with Benedict and Kira and Charles Dance and Mark Strong, Matthew Good, Matthew Beard, all of that team. And that saw us really kind of solidify as a cast, and as an ensemble. We really came together. And we realized that we were all there to tell the same story. We wanted to do it right and tell this story of one of the greatest minds that has ever existed, and someone we owe so much to and yet know so little about. You know, it's amazing to me that you say that you and the cast, which is such a strong cast, yourself included in it, 2 weeks of rehearsals. Is that typical for a major motion picture?
It really isn't at all, but Morton, our director, Morton Tildum, insisted on it, and he was right to do it too, because it was so important. We only had 8 weeks to film this movie as well, so we needed to be able to hit the ground running. And what those weeks gave us was an opportunity to fail, to make mistakes. And what that did was, when you make mistakes and you're picked back up by your fellow cast members, you know, you gain a huge amount of trust and respect within that group. And we certainly felt that on our set, and we knew that we were part of something special. And just as we finished filming, the Queen pardoned Alan Turing. Oh. And that really resonated for us, because Alan Turing was prosecuted for being gay. And he was put on a course of treatment that ultimately saw him take his own life. So it was a tragic end to a man that really should have been celebrated, and should today be celebrated and lauded for what he did and what he gave to society. They believed the machine that he built ended the war 2 years early with a saving of 14 million lives. So we have a great debt of gratitude that we owe to Alan Turing.
Even the tumby topic right now, when you speak of gay rights in terms of marriage, as well as, you know, computer science right now, how far we've come. 8 weeks to make this movie, which is critically acclaimed, leads me to my last question. Are you and the cast ready for award season?
I think we're all delighted that if we are, and we have been nominated for these awards, which is such a privilege and honor, it means that people are talking about Alan Turing. That's what we set out to do. We went out to make a movie about a true unsung war hero, and it's just wonderful to see the reception the movie's received, but it also means that people are talking about this amazing man, and that for us is the greatest achievement.
Absolutely. Allen, we thank you for your time. Best of luck during award season, and as well with that great show, Downton Abbey. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you all.